Welcome to Inside SAU Athletics. I'm Will Spriggs.
And I'm Jackson Graber. On this week's episode, we're featuring the SAU softball team.
After a doubleheader sweep over Cardinal Stritch, the Bees hit the road and took 2 from Indiana South Bend to close out their regular season. The Bees finished the regular season with 25 wins and a 12-8 conference record. SAU is now preparing for the conference tournament where they currently sit as the number 5 seed.
Joining us today to talk about the team is first-year head coach John Kelly. Thanks for being with us today, Coach.
Sure, Jackson. Thank you for having me.
So as you wrap up your first season as the head coach, what have you learned about yourself as a coach this season?
You know, it's very unusual the way I came in here in the middle of the year. It's almost never seen where a head coach comes in. Really, I didn't see my athletes play until January the 18th. We had games 3 weeks later. So not having the fall, it was a little bit, different for me. And I think it really allowed me to tap into what the team had already created. They had a great bond as a team in the fall, not having a head coach, and I just tried to kind of ride that wave with what they've created and interject a lot of the things that I know as a head coach. And I think with this group, I really learned to kind of take a step back a little bit and let them kind of go out there and play their game and help them when they need it. And so far, we're playing our best ball this season. So far, so good.
It's good to hear. So what have you learned about the players this season?
That's the hard part, because when you don't have the fall and you haven't been with student athletes for a couple, 3 years to watch them mature and grow, you're kind of thrown into it, and you have to learn on the fly. So I've done my best to try to get to know the personalities, to know how to motivate them, to know how to help them with the emotional challenges. Being a tough sport, we have a lot of failure. And what I've learned is it's a great group of young women. They're super coachable, super smart. They've really made me feel welcome here. And like I said, they've embraced everything that we've taught them. And now that we've been a few months together, again, we're starting to see better performance. But it's a great group on this team, and it's been a real joy to coach them.
The team has been pretty aggressive on the bases this season. What are the benefits you think of having that aggressive sort of mindset?
It's funny, in our sport, we've kind of, and I played college baseball at the Division I level, but our sport has moved more towards home runs and more towards baseball. And at the same time, the greatest differentiator between our sport and baseball is we're 60 feet between bases and not 90. And I've always felt, coming from Southern California, where the softballs will play a little faster there, that if we could maximize that difference and play faster than the teams we play, that would work. And my college career as a head coach, we have been near the top every year in the NAI in stolen bases. We play fast, we squeeze, we hit and run, we do things to try to play faster than the other team plays. And so far that has been a benefit everywhere I've been, and we've been able to, I think we lead the conference in stolen bases by quite a margin. Shea Erdrich is leading, I think maybe 5th in the nation in stolen bases, and we'll keep playing fast, and we'll play even faster next year.
It's a good mindset. So what are you focused on as your team prepares for the conference tournament?
When I came in here, again, not having the fall, it was super important for me with this team and this program to finish strong. In previous years, that's maybe been a challenge for them. And so I've been very patient in trying to learn more about my team in the process and needing that time. We played 48 games now, and so I think we are at a place now where I think we're pretty rested. Erica, you'll talk to in a minute, we tried not to over-pitch her this year as our number 1 pitcher. We've tried to give other players in the team some rest, give them some days off. So I think we're really poised right now. We're hitting the ball as well as we have all season. We're pitching as well as we have all season. I think we're energized out there as a team, and now it's just kind of getting us ready. We know who we're going to play in the first round. To come in there and just play aggressive and play confident. And in conference tournaments, anything can happen. So we like our chances of being a team that can compete for the tournament championship and get one of those 2 bids for the national tournament. So we're super excited to be doing that next week.
Thanks, Coach Kelly, and good luck in the conference tournament.
Thanks, Jackson.
Coming up next on Inside SAU Athletics, we'll talk to senior pitcher Erica Ralfs. We'll be right back.
Tune in to KALA and hear something different. Programming that celebrates the diversity of our listeners. We're advocates for the arts, showcasing your favorite music from around the world. We're storytellers, producing award-winning news and educational podcasts. We're dedicated sports fans bringing you the latest Fighting Bee action from St. Ambrose University. We're a learning lab mentoring the next generation of broadcasters and content creators. A part of your community for 5 decades. We're KALA Radio, 88.5 FM and 106.1 FM. Turn it on and turn it up.
The theater department at St. Ambrose University offers a wide variety of creative outlets that anyone can enjoy.
There are main stage productions each semester and even fail-safe, where you can be creative in a safe and supportive environment.
Theater isn't all about performing.
There's stage managing, light and sound,
Costuming, props designing, set design. Theater is all about learning new things and creating new experiences. SAU Theater, where there's a place for everyone.
Welcome back. Joining us now is Erica Ralfs. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Your team has won 4 out of the last 5 games heading into the conference tournament. How do you keep that momentum going?
I think really when you're talking about momentum, it comes with really playing to who you are as a player. We have a lot of players on our team who really enjoy having fun when they go out on the field, and I think if we just keep that going, we'll ride that momentum wave.
Sounds good, sounds good. So what's been working for this team for the past couple weeks?
For the past weeks, I think it's really been a team effort. When you look at softball, there's a lot of failure in the game, and you need to trust your teammates to pick you up when you fail, and I think that the past couple of weeks we've been doing that really well. So.
Okay. We were talking about Coach Kelly earlier, how much you love him so much. Talk about him and what do you like about his approach to the game?
Yeah, so his approach is really something unique that I haven't experienced before. He really looks at the mental aspect of the game, and I think that especially for the upperclassmen, when you have that experience and that talent and ability that you've built the last couple of years, it's the mental game that really gets you to where you want to go. And Coach Kelly has brought that into this team and really taught us, emotional IQ, how to really take a deep breath before you go up to bat and trust yourself. Like, I can't tell you how many times he's pulled me over before a big at-bat and said, you got this. And that just means the world to a player going into a high-pressure situation.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. As the season winds down, what is the team focused on in the practices leading up to the tournament?
So our practices really are just staying the course, Everyone, I think, at this point in the season, what's special about going into the tournament is you've had all season to realize your strengths. So, like, for instance, as an individual, when I'm going into practice, I'm going to be working on what I know my strengths are. Not focusing on other teams' weaknesses or anything like that. Focusing on my rise ball, strikeout pitch, and for Shay, focusing on getting that ball down so that she can beat it out with her speed, things like that. So really it's individual at this point in the season.
Right. Well, Erica, good luck in the tournament, and thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much.
No problem. We'll be right back.
And welcome to this edition of Dateline. I'm Sue Piter. The nationally recognized Quad City Times Big 7 road race took over the streets of Davenport Saturday. On the 16th running of the event, over 16,000 runners and walkers from all over the world crowded Davenport's streets. St. Ambrose University faculty, friends, alumni, staff, and students turned out in full force. 172 people, including 2 colorful M&Ms, signed up through SAU's Office of Public Relations. In the 3rd year of the Biggs College Challenge, SAU finished 2nd among Quad City colleges. Palmer College had over 300 entrants signed up to take the Challenge's traveling trophy. From the road race to the box office. This summer, a movie about Leon Big Spiderbeck is being filmed in the Quad Cities. The movie biography of the Davenport jazz great is being shot on location this week on the SAU campus. We'll have a full report on the Biggs flick coming to St. Ambrose next week here on Dateline. That's it for this edition of Dateline. Remember to join us every Monday and Wednesday night at 6 p.m. for all the latest campus news and sports from St. Ambrose. Here's one final look at the Big 7 through the eyes of photographer David Baker. Have a good night.
No.
Welcome back. The SAU women's softball team is now preparing for the CCAC tournament. They will travel to Crown Point, Indiana, where they will likely be the 5 seed.
That's all we have for you on this week's edition of Inside SAU Athletics. Remember to check out the SAUtv Facebook and Instagram pages for our latest episodes, game highlights, interviews, and more. You can also find them on The Hive, SAUthebuzz.com. Thanks for watching.